Hey everyone, welcome back. Happy Monday. Hope everybody is off to a good start on this Monday morning. So, over the weekend, it looks like we continue to retrace. If you look at the MACD on the Bitcoin charts over here, we have officially entered the red zone. Okay, so the MACD line has now crossed the signal line once again. And I think it is very likely that we will retest the $78,000 line. So what's the news over here? Tariffs. That's it. That's all you have to remember. People are very worried about the tariffs imposed by the US government, and they are risk averse at this time. So, you know, treasuries, bonds, things like that are really what people are interested in at this time. And you can tell by looking at the other traditional equities market. Coming back to Nasdaq 100. So remember this when we had a really good run up from this center line of the parallel channel over here? Well, we have since retraced, broken through, and now we're exploring the red zone. So, what is the worst case scenario? Well, relatively worst case scenario would be that we retest the bottom of this parallel channel. So right here. So let's see how much of a drawdown that is. So that's around another 9 to 10% drawdown. It's very significant. I mean, to me, that really does look like a recession. Okay, and the question is, well, how long will it take to rebound from this? Well, if we assume that the tariff war is simply just a power move from the new US government regime, then I think we will bounce back pretty quickly. In fact, I still, hold my stance in terms of September being the Bitcoin bull cycle top. I think 5 to 6 months is plenty of time for the traditional equities market to bounce back from this tariff war and still see an exponential move upwards. So that is my prediction. I mean, if you looked at S&P 500, so you remember, man, back in mid-March, I was like, hey, we really never touched the top of this parallel channel. We never truly retested this price over here. And I said, be careful because it is also likely that we will eventually retest it. And look what happened. Boom. Guys, the charts do not lie. I mean, we retraced significantly and we ended up retesting the top of this parallel channel right here. I mean, that's a 5% drop. So, yeah, it's not insignificant. So, what are some things that I do keep in mind, however? So look at this is purely technical analysis. Maybe I'll make another video one day to talk about this. But the low over here for this red candle is 5,565. And we opened, well, actually the high was 55.57. So do you see how there's a slight gap between these red candles? Well, guess what? We're definitely going to retest it. So if you're a day trader or like a short-term swing trader, you would essentially, buy in right here and try to, profit when we retest the low over here, which is 55.65. So, but I mean that's trading, not investing. I suppose the point I'm trying to make is, look, we retested, we ended up retesting. The best case scenario is we start moving back up here. But right now, things are looking very unstable, and we don't have a lot of answers. And until we get more answers, we're just going to have to, some may decide to watch from the sidelines. I personally am going to continue dollar cost averaging. And really, that is my best strategy. So just finishing off with Solana very quickly. Look at what happened here. We broke through the resistance line and consolidated below it. So I'm actually going to switch this now to a horizontal resistance line. And until we break through above it, back above it, and consolidate above it, this will remain a resistance line for now. However, unlike the Bitcoin charts, the MACD has not crossed over the signal line just yet. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on this. I do intend to dollar cost average sometime this week. Friday at the latest, but I might actually, if I do see some consolidation above here and I like the price, if it's around like $125 to $130, then I'm just going to end up dollar cost averaging. So full transparency there. And really that's all I have for today. So thanks for watching and thanks for listening. And once again, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.